welcome back to another episode of my Georgia Bulldogs Dynasty. We're going to be taking on the Kansas State Wildcats for a chance to make it back to the national championship game and, a chance to go back-to-back national championships. Kansas State's been one of the best teams in this dynasty so far. They made it to, the Final Eight last year and lost out before taking a chance to play us and set up a matchup for us against Utah. Kansas State's really good. I mean, they beat up on Texas 41-3 to make it to this game. And as you can see, we ended up getting a victory over Clemson. Took a really wild last couple of minutes, but we did come away with a victory there. A hard-nosed back-and-forth game with Clemson, but it was definitely a Anthony Evans day. So we picked off Klubnik 4 times, and they still only lost by a score. Stockton did throw an interception. Good job of Clemson's defense of, kind of slowing down our run game throughout, but they could not slow down Anthony Evans. I mean, a 6-catch, 250-yard, 3-touchdown performance, really making his mark on the Georgia Bulldogs record book. Antonio Williams was really the guy that had the big day for Clemson. But, yeah, got the job done late. A really, really wild fourth quarter. Go back and watch it. But a really, really exciting game. We've now had 2 of those against Clemson in this dynasty. But yeah, Kansas State, so from an overall talent perspective, don't really match up with us like on paper, but they have continuously won. They started off this year with 2 wins over UCF and Army. Did lose to TCU shockingly at home, beat up on the Pandas, then beat up on Texas Tech, beat up on Baylor, beat UConn. Lost in another surprising game at home to Colorado, and they've done nothing but win ever since. They beat up on Utah, beat up on Kansas, beat up on Oklahoma State, beat up on Iowa State, beat up on Iowa State again, and then really throttled Texas. So they are a team that's really gotten going here over their last, 5 or 6 games or so. Let's take a look at the roster. They're led by one of the most talented quarterbacks in the country, Avery Johnson, super athlete, one of the, just best quarterbacks in all of college football, has been just sensational in this series. 34 touchdowns against 2 interceptions through the air, has added 3 rushing touchdowns, had 10 last season on the ground, so he's able to use his legs, but a 90 speed, 98 acceleration, good arm, really accurate on all levels, 94 throw on the run accuracy. He is exceptional. He is a problem. Got a 2-headed running back room here. Dylan Edwards, a transfer over from Colorado, super fast, explosive with the ball in his hands. DJ Giddens is the perfect complement to Edwards. Big body running back, runs hard, can get downhill, can run over linebackers and safeties. Not really a whole lot behind them as their third running back is dealing with an injury. And then you get to a couple of freshmen that are definitely not ready to play. So I think it's going to be the Dylan and DJ show. Wide receiver, again, no standouts, but kind of got some different, ways that they can beat you. Keegan Johnson is listed as their number 1. Jace Brown is the number 2. Quentin Rice, really speedy guy here. At number 3, they got the big body guy here in Andre Davis and Trey Spivey. So they give you different looks. None of these guys are small. Like Jace is maybe a little lean, but nobody's under 6 foot, and Davis and Spivey are both 6'4". So a lot of size can beat you in different ways with enough athleticism. Garrett Oakley at tight end. Got Will Ancio behind him. Offensive line is okay. I think this is really the spot that could hurt them in this matchup with how well Jordan Hall and Jalen Walker and, that the defensive line for the Georgia has played. I think this could be a major problem for them. John Pastore is their left tackle. Got Andrew Line Gang here at left guard. Center, major like hole for them in San Hecht. They got Drake Bequeath here at right guard, solid player there. Then they got Caden Massey at right tackle. So it's an offensive line that I think has room to grow, like heading into next year if they can figure out that center spot. But do worry about how they hold up against Georgia's front. Moving over to the defense, they got Jordan Allen and Donovan Ryman here at left end. Right end, they got Toby Asunsanmi and Jackson Howard, along with Travis Bates. Nobody's exceptional, but Allen and Ryman are both pretty good players. Defensive tackle, they got a good duo here at the top, and seniors Damian Alelio and Dominique Orange. Billy Weathers is definitely a guy I think they can build around for the future. Left outside linebacker, good athlete, good run stopper here in Desmond Purnell. Really good play rec, good awareness, can get off of blocks, and is a good enough coverage guy. You can work with that. Jake Clifton at middle linebacker, really good zone coverage guy. Same with really all of their middle linebackers. And he's a pretty good athlete. Good acceleration and stuff anyway. But yeah, you got Jake Clifton, Austin Romaine, and Joshua Chenault here among their middle linebackers. Right outside linebackers, they got Asa Newsom, and then it drops off pretty heavily. Would not really expect these guys to play much in this one. Good cornerback room. Jacob Parrish and Daryl Jones here at the top. Both of them are under 6 feet, but both of them are good athletes. Alvin Buchanan, really small and is not overly fast. Maybe something we can take advantage of. Got Donovan McIntosh is the size speed guy of the room, right? Zaquan Bryan is their 5th. At free safety, good player here in Kalen Bartow with Trevor Erickson behind him. Really good pair of strong safeties, VJ Payne and Colby McAllister. So, like, I would consider their shrinks to be their secondary. And then the backfield, Avery Johnson, Dylan Edwards, and DJ Gidden really give them, ways to attack you and ways to beat you. This is the Peach Bowl for a chance to, give us the opportunity to go back to back. I would definitely think we're the favorites here by a pretty significant margin. But Kansas State, if they don't beat themselves, if they can get the run game going, if they can protect Avery Johnson and limit our big plays, especially to Anthony Evans coming off of that huge game in the last matchup, then they have a chance. But we'll get things going, and I think I'll rock with the black jerseys in this one. Should look good with. I don't really think they have much of. We'll give them the all white. I don't think they rock those very much, but I think they'll look good maxing up against us. But yeah, opportunity. We are playing in Atlanta again here in the Peach Bowl. We have won a lot of games here and so far in this series, but it's number 4 versus number 2, the Big 12 champion against the SEC champion and the reigning national champions, the Georgia Bulldogs. See if the Wildcats can pull off the upset here and really put their thumbprint on this series so far. I was kind of upset we didn't get a chance to play them last year, but definitely glad we get a chance to here. Let's see who gets things started here on offense. It will be Kansas State getting the ball first as Thorson is out to kick it away. All white jerseys always look good. Do look good with the purple on there as well. As we see Avery Johnson, this Kansas State offense has been really good this year. It's definitely a run-heavy attack. Avery can make plays with his arm, though. And let's see how they come out. They come out in the empty. 4 wide, it looks like. Yep, 4 wide receivers. Going to try to throw this one to his tight end, and he does get it complete. Raylan Wilson almost read that perfectly and got us off with a pick 6, but it is Garrett Oakley catches the first pass from Johnson on the day and gets a first down, and now it is Giddens in the backfield with Johnson. Little throw underneath is completed. Tackled down by Bowles. That one completed to Jace Brown. Johnson quickly 2 for 2. Now they go into the pistol here. That is going to be a carry to Dylan Edwards, and they could not block Jamal Jarrett and Jordan Hall. Again, I spoke about how I was worried about Kansas State's offensive line. A big part of their, whole thing on offense is being able to throw the ball, and that is a huge mistake from Avery Johnson. He got away with. If Kansas State is going to have to punt, KJ Bolden drop what would have been an easy interception with a chance to return it. Kansas State got lucky on that one. They do punt it away. Nitro Tuggle catches the punt, and he gets brought down there pretty quickly. And we will now see Gunnar Stockton out here with this offense. The second leading rushing offense in all of college football behind just Michigan on the season. It's been a four-headed backfield for the most part. 5 if you count Glenn Easy. Passing games, of course, largely run through Anthony Evans as the first play for Georgia. Goes, as usual, to Trevor Etienne. Georgia has definitely used more of a physical style run game recently, a lot more under center, a lot more 2 tight end sets. As Stockton now drops back for the first time, gets this over to Oscar Delp, and Delp with a lot of room to run gets it close to midfield. 21-yard gain for him. But yes, it's been kind of a different look from Georgia here since their loss. Not that they're protecting Gunnar Stockton, but they're trying not to be so big pass play focused. As Trevor Etienne's second carry of the day goes for a large gain there, an easy first down just straight up the gut. And now we see Tavares Tobias. Tobias, the 5-star #1 running back in the country, has been exceptional for Georgia when he's gotten the ball in his first carry of the day. Goes for a gain of roughly 12 and the first down. And now go out into the shotgun 3-wide set. Stockton drops it, takes the pass, gets it off to London Humphreys. Humphreys makes the catch, gets a gain of 7 there. I think the biggest strength for Georgia so far this year has just been the variety in which they can attack him. Having a guy as explosive and as good as Anthony Evans while having the sure-handedness of Dylan Bell underneath London Humphreys, still having Oscar Delp at tight end, even if he has not been as good as he was last year. But Oscar Delp makes his presence felt and goes for 6 off the RPO, running over the defensive back in the open field, and Delp puts Georgia up in this one early. Let's take a look at this replay. Oscar Delp catches it, meets up with the cornerback, Darrell Jones, and just body slams him into the ground. That is a touchdown as Gunnar Stockton closing in on 4,000 yards passing. Peyton Woodring's extra point is good, and Georgia is up 7-0 early on. Orson now kicking it away. We do get a return here from Spradley Demps. Gets it up to the 17. Kansas State got the first down on their first play. They were unable to get another first down. They did have to punt it. Sends Keegan Johnson in motion, but it's a play action. Avery Johnson does end up just dumping it off to Giddens, and it works as Giddens breaks the tackle. It's a really nice gain of 22 on that play. Good patience there from Johnson. Good blocking from his line as well. 3 wide. Going to be just a carry to Giddens. Gets run down in the backfield that time. Now on this one, we get another shotgun set, 3 wide receivers. Going to be a quick pass over to Oakley. His tight end takes that, sets up a 3rd and 4. Haven't seen a whole lot of Dylan Edwards yet, but there he is in the backfield. Giddens is actually in the slot, so we got both running backs out there on the field this play. Quick pass, easy completion. That goes over to Brown for a first down. Avery Johnson's been accurate, didn't make what should have been, a mistake that turned into an interception on third down of their first drive, but otherwise has been really accurate. He's going to take a deep shot. Julian Humphrey get the stop. And it's a Keegan Johnson touchdown. He just lost Julian Humphrey. Avery Johnson takes a deep ball, gets it up to Keegan Johnson, and Keegan comes down with it, the senior. What a play from him. Just a deep ball, throw it up, let him make a play. Jumps over Humphrey, didn't put himself in the best situation. Both feet are down, and Kansas State looking to tie it up if Simmering can put this one through, and he does. 7-7 game. Kansas State able to strike. Avery Johnson kind of has every tool that you look for a quarterback. A super athlete, good enough arm. He's accurate to all levels. Anthony Evans gets swarmed there on that play. See how Georgia decides to get things started on this drive, and they come out with 3 wide receivers over to the right. ETN in the backfield with Stockton. Stockton sends Dylan Bell in motion. He's gonna just hand it off. Looked like he tried to pull the RPO there, and instead ETN just trips over grass. We'll just go with that. Now it's a 3 wide set again. This time Delp also in the slot. Stockton sends London Humphreys in motion. As Dylan Bell is going to try to throw it to him again, but this time he gets hit. Really sloppy drive so far from Georgia. Stockton now, 3 wide, Delp in the slot. He takes the snap. Going to get that to Oscar Delp, and Delp continues his fast start, gets the big first down there on third down. Large completion. They sent the blitz from the safety there. Bad time, and Stockton takes it, gets the screen. ETN still running through. Gets a gain of 6 there. Tried to allow his blockers time to get set up. And now see Tobias come out there. Stockton goes under center. 3 wide receivers still. Direct care off to Tobias. A handoff. I kind of went for a carry and handoff, a variation of the word there. Able to get through first contact, and he gets the first down. We now see Branson Robinson out here for the first time. 2 tight end set. It's a carry to Branson. They ran a heavy run blitz there. They were able to get the stop. Second and 11, 2 tight ends still on the field. They do go into the shotgun with Roderick Robinson. Stockton takes the snap, gets that over to Delp, and does make the 4-yard catch there. Sets up a 3rd and 7. Delp is being used very heavily so far in this game. Stockton in the empty, takes the snap. He's going to give his man Anthony Evans a chance. It's incomplete, and it looks like there's going to be a flag on the play. It's going to be holding on Ernest Green. Kansas State will decline, and Georgia is going to have to punt. Thorson does get the punt away. And it is a return for Kansas State as Dylan Edwards does get tackled down there. So 1st and 10 for Kansas State. They were able to get Georgia off the field there. 3 wide set. Giddens in the backfield. So there's a receiver in motion. It'll be a handoff to Giddens, who runs through Ellis Robinson. Does get tackled down hard there from KJ Bolden. Giddens is a really, really good running back. Now it's Edwards as it's a 2 tight end pistol set. That is a play action, really fooled Georgia's defense, and it goes to Dylan Edwards anyway. It's open in the flat. Avery Johnson taking what the defense is giving him, while also showing he's willing to take the shots downfield. 3 wide set. Giddens is back out there, and actually we will go into the second quarter with Kansas State having gotten the last score, as we are tied in this one 7-7. Georgia's definitely shown a little bit more balance than Kansas State so far in this one, but Kansas State has shown the ability for the deep ball. 3 wide set. The tight end Oakley is in the slot, and it is Giddens with Avery. Gets that pass out. It is completed. Quentin Rice able to get through the initial contact there from Julian Humphrey and able to gain a couple of extra yards. It's a first down for Kansas State. Back in the pistol with Dylan Edwards now. Avery Johnson takes it. It's a carry to Edwards. Gain of 3 before he is knocked down. Giddens is now back out there as they're in the shotgun. Kind of weird how they're doing the running backs to me. Sends his receiver in motion. It's going to be a jet pass to Rice. Good play from Aguero. Able to turn him back in as him and Christian Miller bring him down. Sets up a 3rd and 7. Dylan Edwards is now in the backfield with Johnson. This is going to be a tight end over the middle. Raylan Wilson kind of put between a rock and a hard place there. Didn't run underneath with him, and that is an easy first down completion for Avery Johnson. Kansas State, 2 tight ends. Edwards in the backfield. It's a play action. He just dumps it off all by himself as Dylan Edwards. He takes that inside the 15. Avery Johnson, 11 for 12, 162 yards already in this one, and does, of course, have the big passing touchdown. Edwards out of the pistol. It's a carry from him. Bowles able to get through traffic, wraps him up at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Now in the I formation. Still with Edwards in the backfield. 2 wide receivers. It's a handoff to Edwards, who's got speed. Takes it down to the 1. Somebody make a play here. They brought Giddens out. Got to expect he gets the ball. They send the wide receiver in motion. It's a read option. Avery Johnson takes it in, and Kansas State takes the lead. Just a nice little midline option. He just runs it straight up. 5.5 minute drive for Kansas State as they take a touchdown lead here over Georgia. Anthony Edwards on the return. Shut down pretty quickly there. Georgia will start at their own 17. See how Georgia maybe wants to attack to get things started here. Come out in the 3 wide. Stockton takes the snap and get this over to London Humphreys. Humphreys able to turn and end up taking that for a gain of 9, almost 10. A little over 7 minutes left in the first half. Georgia's down a score. It's a carry. Etienne's got good blocking up the middle. The senior takes his 4th carry from 24 yards. Tobias is now out there as Georgia goes back under center. It's a carry for Tobias. Tobias was unable to get Skinny through the hole there. Had a lane that he missed it. Now 2 tight ends with Etienne out there. It's going to be a carry to Etienne. The stretch play. Etienne spins out 1. Defender does take that for a first down. Stockton takes it, fakes it. He's got London Humphreys, but he throws it too far away there. Stockton should have set his feet. Made a better pass there, but let's see what he draw up now. Stockton takes it. Try to get this out to Delp. Delp does make the catch. Already his 5th catch of the day. Now sets up 3rd and 5. Stockton 3 wide. Delp in the slot. He sends ETN in motion. Oh, a really nice pass over to London Humphreys over the middle. Thought he might have thrown that a little too far in the ground, but Stockton threw him away from the coverage underneath. Really nice, accurate pass from Stockton there. ETN gets a carry, takes it for a gain of 3. Georgia's doing a really good job of mixing up their looks and how they're attacking this Kansas State defense. Branson Robinson now back out there. It's going to be a carry to him, Branson. Gets a couple of yards there, sets it up as a 3rd and 3 now. Stockton 3 wide, takes the snap. Anthony Evans gets the catch and gets the first down for Georgia. Back to Tobias in the backfield under center. Stockton, it's a handoff to Tobias. Kind of ran over the linebacker, then got dropped by the safety there. Having success running the football. The last snap before the 2-minute warning, 2 tight end set. It goes to Roderick Robinson. Maybe gets a yard there. Sets up a 3rd down and 5. Stockton by himself in the empty. He takes the snap. He's going to get harassed. Gets through 1 sack, but not the next. Gets taken down. Woodring now out to attempt the field goal. Woodring's kick is up, and it's off the upright. Woodring pushed it too much to the right, and the score remains with Kansas State of 14-7. Woodring has been so good for Georgia this year. Avery Johnson, they tried to set up a screen to Giddens. Braylon Wilson and Guerrero able to get over there to bring him down, but it's a gain of 7 for the Wildcats to get this drive going. Right now, I don't know that Georgia's got much of an answer as Dalen Everett almost picks that off, and it is still a catch to Jace Brown on the sideline. Georgia's going to have to change something up. Avery Johnson out of the shotgun. He's going to get sacked. Jalen Walker, that's one way to stunt a drive. To get a 10-yard sack. Jalen Walker has been so good, the senior. Wanting to go out with another championship ring. Avery Johnson now, 2nd and 12. They set up a screen, but he gets sacked before he can get it away. Back-to-back sacks. Georgia now is going to take a timeout. 45 seconds left. It's a 3rd and 28. Certainly would expect a run here from Kansas State. And it is not. It is a pass, and he gets sacked again. Jalen Walker. 3 straight plays, and it is a 4th and 40 for Kansas State. Georgia takes another timeout. They're going to have about 30 seconds left roughly here on offense. 32. See if they can find a way to get some points here before halftime. Stockton takes it. He's going to get this underneath to Nitro Tuggle, who does get the first down. Will stop the clock. Stockton sets up in the empty again, takes his snap. He's going to, oh my Lord, a terrible pass, and he gets lucky. Trying to throw that to Gunnar Stockton. To Anthony Evans. He had opened. The safeties turned the wrong way, and he just essentially throws it well into the middle of the field. A really, really bad throw there from Stockton. Lucky to get away with it. Stockton, of course, has not been horrible. He's found Anthony Evans several times for those deep touchdowns, but the deep accuracy is not really his strong suit. In the empty, Stockton will get this to London Humphreys, and Humphreys has got speed, tries to find a seam up the middle. Nice play there, gets it inside the Kansas State 15. Stockton takes the snap. Oh, and that's a bad pass, but he gets away with it. Does fall incomplete, 6 seconds left. You even try another play, you do have a timeout to work with. Stockton takes the snap. He's going to try to get this out to London Humphreys. It goes wide. Georgia's going to have to kick a field goal. Try to maybe catch them in man-to-man, maybe get Humphreys open on the zig. It does not work. Woodring's kick is up, and this one is good. Should be a 14-13 game. Instead, it is a 14-10 deficit as Georgia heads into the locker room. Kansas State been really good in the passing game. They have not ran the ball well, and Avery Johnson was sacked on his last 3 snaps of that first half. Georgia's not really found any explosive plays in the passing game. The run game has been really good. They have given up the deep ball that they were just showing there. Georgia will start off with the ball, down 14-10. Stockton seemed to get to a pretty decent rhythm there right before halftime. Anthony Evans takes the kickoff from the 5, and Anthony Evans is out, and he is gone. Number 5 goes for 6. What a way to open up the second half. Anthony Evans, for my money, the best playmaker in all of college football, makes a play again and gives Georgia their lead back. They kicked it way over to the left. Anthony Evans cut it back across the middle of the field and then just found a perfect opening. Didn't even have to make anybody miss. Excellent blocking overall. Woodring's extra point is up, and it is good. A 17-14 lead for Georgia now. What a way to open up the second half. Certainly don't know whether or not the Wildcats expected to get like a quick 3 and out or anything, but that is not the way they were expecting to get the ball for the first time here in the second half that quickly. And it's an I formation look. Dylan Edwards in the backfield. Play action. Dumps it off to Edwards. Really good open field tackle from Julian Humphrey. Edwards is exceptional in the open field. Really, really nice tackle there from the corner. 3 wide receivers. They send Brown in motion. It's a jet pass to him. He's got good blocking from other places, but Jordan Hall just won't allow it. His 3rd tackle for loss. 2 tight end set. Dylan Edwards in the backfield. Cross back to take the pass. He's going to get sacked. The 4th sack for Georgia as Jordan Hall and Damon Wilson get to Avery Johnson, and it is a 3 and out for Kansas State. Avery Johnson was so good in that first half. Now in his last 2 drives has been sacked 4 times.
On the set.
Georgia now comes out under center. Stockton fakes the handoff. He's going to throw that up to Dylan Bell. Makes the catch through contact on the play action. They stick in that formation. A lot of guys in the box. Does not always matter to Georgia, who hands it off to Tobias. Ain't a 1 there for the freshman. Did run over the defensive lineman, just had another one there. Back in the shotgun, 2 tight ends. Rogers Robinson gets good blocking. Rogers Robinson full head of steam. Makes that a gain of 8. Georgia now back with 3 wide receivers. ETN in the backfield with Stockton. Stockton takes it, going to dump this off to Oscar Delp, who's got lots of room to run, and he's got speed to use. Takes it down to the 6. Georgia looking to knock on the door and get into the end zone. Three wide. Delp in the slot. Gunner sends Evans in motion. They set up the screen to Evans. What a nice tackle there from the cornerback, Jacob Parrish, able to get to the inside. Evans tried to sneak inside off the screen with his 2 blockers. Just wrapped up at the 1. Stockton. It's a handoff to ETN. ETN tackled now for a loss of 1. Sets up a 3rd and goal. Bring out the big boys. Roger Robinson. It's a toss out to Robinson. He is going to get locked up in the backfield. A loss of 4. Georgia tried 2 runs there around the goal line, and they did not work at all. Woodring's field goal attempt is up, and it is good. Extends Georgia's lead 20-14, but a very absolutely not the way they wanted to end off that drive. Get the big catch and run from Oscar Delp. Take it to the 6. The screen pass from Evans takes it to the 1. 2 runs, failed to get it in. 3 tight end set. It's going to be a run to Edwards. He's able to get through traffic there. Should have been met at the line of scrimmage. Instead gets a gain of 5. Georgia's essentially begging Kansas State to go deep. Instead, they go wide. Dylan Edwards, really nice tackle by Aguero. And a 1 sets up a 3rd and 4. This is man in motion, going to try to drop it off underneath, but Julian Humphrey followed Keegan Johnson on the underneath route, tackled him down immediately. Kansas State goes 3 and out. If Georgia can just find the end zone, they would give themselves some distance here. Tuggle can't get much there on the return. Two tight end under center. It's a carry to ETN. ETN weaving his way through traffic. Spins out one defender, takes that run for a first down.
Okay, ready? Cricket.
Back in the shotgun, 3 wide receivers. London Humphreys comes in motion. Stockton takes it, gonna dump this off to Delp, who has had a great day. Another first down for him. Delp's having one of his best games of the season, if not the best game of the season. Anthony Evans, they get the screen out to him. Anthony Evans is able to get past the first defender. Takes that for a gain of 6. Been a quiet day for him through the air, though obviously he did strike for the kick return touchdown. Stockton takes the snap. Anthony Evans gets the first down. Stockton now sits with this 3 wide receiver Delp in the slot. This time it's going to be a handoff to ETN. ETN tries to cut it back inside. Maybe should have kept going outside, up to 55 yards on the ground now. Stockton takes the snap on 2nd and 3, gets that to London Humphreys. London Humphreys gets the first down. They're now back inside the 10 where their offense stalled out on the last drive.
On the double. Come on, set.
Stockton now 3 wide set. He's going to dump it off to Delp, and Delp is all by himself again, and he scores. Looks like his hand came off the controller there, but he does get into the end zone. Delp really had a good day. 2 times he has found the end zone. 8 catches, 114 yards. He's only averaged 3 for 37 on the season. Now Georgia looking to go up 2 full touchdowns here. Stockton takes it. Lawson, lucky on the 2-point conversion. Georgia now up 2 full touchdowns as we are getting close to the 4th quarter, up 28-14. Oh, and a big tackle from Humphrey on Spradley Demps. Kansas State needs a touchdown, and they have 89 yards to go, 3 wide. Johnson back to take the pass, does get this over to that tight end, Oakley, yet again. Gain of 6. 4th catch for him. We will go into the 4th quarter. Georgia's up 28-14. 12 minutes now away from the national championship game, and they have held this rushing attack to Kansas State to minus 15 yards. Defense outside of a couple of series has played outstanding. Empty set now for Avery Johnson. Do they try to get his legs involved? Quick pass out, hell of a throw. Keegan Johnson made a nice effort on that, but does get hit by Julian Humphrey. Now sets up a 3rd and 4. It'll be a pass connection over the middle. Oakley breaks the tackle of Raylan Wilson. Does fumble at the end of the play, but it goes out of bounds. I guess they're just reviewing whether or not it was a fumble, which doesn't matter because the possession did not change hands. Nice 3rd down conversion there from Avery Johnson as Edwards behind him in the I formation. Play action again. Avery Johnson's going to get sacked. Jalen Walker, his 3rd of the day. The senior trying to make a lasting impression of his time here for the Dogs. Ooh, a nice little route underneath there from Ansial, the number 2 tight end. Sets up a 3rd and 5. Going to try to get that out wide, and it's just dropped by Jace Brown. Avery Johnson hit him in a bad place, right in the hands. Empty. Avery Johnson getting hounded, and it's Jalen Walker again. Gets the stop on 4th down. Georgia now with a chance to put the Wildcats away. Tobias gets the carry. There's nothing on it though. Second and 10. Closing in on about the 9.5-minute mark in this game. Stockton takes it, waits patiently. London Humphrey is able to make the catch and somehow finds a way to get a 1st down out of that. Stockton's been so good today. It's a handoff to ETN. He's got blockers. Tries to spin back inside. Does take that for a 1st down. 10th carry of the day was a good one. 3 wide set. It's back to Tobias. He gets the handoff. He bursts up, runs over the safety, takes that down to the 2. And they stick with the 3 wide set. Probably going to try to get this one to Tobias again. Delp in motion. They take it. Tobias into the end zone. Georgia now up 3 touchdowns as Tobias waves the Kansas State fans away. 34-14, Woodrings. Extra point is up, 35-14. Kansas State has imploded in this second half. Making mistakes, not making plays when Georgia is making all of them. Bradley Demp's again heating up down there. I mean, Kansas State right now is currently at minus 33 rushing yards. They're down 3 touchdowns. Passing game was so good in that first half. Where is it going? He dumps it off underneath to Dylan Edwards. That's a lot of what they did in the first half as Edwards finally gets brought down. Johnson now hurries them up. 3 wide. Moving some guys around here. It'll be a handoff, just a read option for Avery Johnson. Able to break through a hard hit from Aguero, one of the biggest hitters in the country. Shrugs that one off. Now they audible and go empty. Avery Johnson's going to take a deep shot to Dylan Edwards, and he got him matched up against a linebacker, even one as good in coverage as Raylan Wilson is. That is the look that you want for Georgia. Ran the man-to-man defense, did not audible out of it. Dylan Edwards has enough speed to even get past Raylan Wilson, one of the fastest linebackers in all of college football. Kansas State strikes. Back to making it a 2-possession game. The extra point is up and is good. It's a 35-21 lead for Georgia. Now it's so important that Georgia gets a couple of first downs here, maybe get some more points, but have to at least run some clock off. And they go back under center to Bias. Stockton, it's a play action. He holds the safety, going to try to take his shot to Anthony Edwards, but it falls incomplete. Georgia's going to take a shot or two to Evans again. It's the way that they play. They stick in that formation. Stockton now. This one is a handoff to Tobias. Breaks a couple of tackles, takes a gain of 4 there. Certainly not been as successful as he usually is. Stockton takes the snap. Gonna get this to London Humphreys, and Humphreys finds a way to get the first down. What a throw from Stockton. Gets hit right as he lets go, but finds London Humphreys underneath. Humphreys able to make the play there. Big time 3rd down conversion. Stockton has waited a long time in Athens for chances in games like this. They set up the screen. ETN gets just enough blocking to get a gain of 3 out of that. Stockton now sends London Humphreys in motion. The defense trying to adjust. He's just going to throw. What am I doing? Stockton throws an interception. Picked off by Jake Clifton, the linebacker. Why do I force throws? Why do I force throws? I could just dump that off to Delp. It's like I make throws like this. It's like, okay, he's even with the linebacker. He's going to be able to, and he was not that he was even with him, but in my mind, he was even with him. It's like, I can just loft it over and he'll just outrun to a spot. Stockton makes a crucial mistake there. He's played such a good game. Kansas State now with a chance. It's a handoff to Edwards. Jalen Walker shuts that down. 4 sack, 6 tackle for loss game for him. I formation. It's going to be a handoff to Gibbons. There's nowhere for him to go. It's a 3rd and goal from the 14. Georgia has just quite literally not let them run the football. Avery Johnson has to dump this out. Dylan Edwards outruns Jalen Walker. The dump off. Dylan Edwards gets matched up with just a single linebacker again and makes Georgia pay for the 2nd straight possession. Avery Johnson just dumps it out, but there's nobody but Jalen Walker, who's an excellent athlete, but he is not good enough to stop that. Dylan Edwards strikes again through the air, and this is now, after the Stockton interception, a 7-point lead for Georgia. They were just up 3 touchdowns. Tuggle's going to take it on the return. It's out to the 20. Three wide, Delp in the slot. A drive for the national championship game. ETN gets it, it's a gain of 1. Stockton 3 wide, he takes the snap. He's gonna get sacked, what a play. Desmond Powell, or Purnell, excuse me, comes out of nowhere, swipes Stockton by the feet, and brings him down. And now Georgia goes empty. 2.5 minutes left. Stockton takes the snap. He's going to get hit right as he tries to release. Georgia now is going to have to punt it. And they have had to make crucial plays on offense. Stockton and company have not been able to do it. Edwards gets brought down on return, but Kansas State needs a touchdown. They are already at Georgia's 43. Dumped off underneath. Keegan Johnson gets the first down. Avery Johnson has more passing touchdowns, or excuse me, more total touchdowns than he does incompletions. Bunch set over to the right. He's going to get this over to Giddens. Actually, a nice tackle overfield by Aguero on Giddens. Georgia did a nice job in the 3rd quarter of switching things up. It's Edwards in the backfield. He's going to try to sling it to him, and Bowles in man coverage was in the right spot. It hit him right in the chest. Ball's incomplete. What a throw from Avery Johnson, and Garrett Oakley takes it into the end zone. Just a perfect throw from Avery Johnson. I mean, that is a perfect throw. Damon Wilson's, who ends up being in coverage there, that is definitely a mismatch, as he is a pass rusher. It's a perfect pass. What a play. Avery Johnson and Kansas State have rallied down from 3 scores in the 4th quarter to tie it up. There's 1 minute and 46 seconds left. Georgia has 3 timeouts. Georgia, all you got to do is get a field goal. And they start off 3 wide. Stockton takes the snap. What is that pass? I throw a loft and he throws it. Sorry, I know I'm supposed to be doing live commentating. Dylan Bell beats him off the line. I tap the button for the lob, and he throws it. I mean, Avery Johnson, it's a handoff to Edwards. It's shut down. Georgia calls a timeout. Should have been a walk-in touchdown. It's a handoff to Giddens. Georgia has to call another timeout. 3rd and 10. It's going to be another run. Hit wide. Giddens gets. God dang it. I kind of just want to let them score and not believe Stockton threw that ball that way. It's like the 5th time this year he's done that. Just let him score. Just let him score. They're going to run out of, like, all they have to do is run out the clock to nothing. For some reason, they're not doing that. Kansas State out here now to kick the field goal. What a furious comeback they have had in the 4th quarter. And Simmering puts it through the uprights. It is a 3-point lead. They came back from 3 touchdowns down. And Anthony Evans strike again in the return game. Thought he may have found a seam there, but he did not. Stockton now. Georgia needs a miracle. Empty set from him. He takes the snap. He's going to throw this one down the field. Knocked away. Stockton just takes it. Going to throw this up to London Humphreys. Got to get up for a spike. It's the end of the game, and Georgia loses 38-3. Up 3 touchdowns in the 4th quarter. And Avery Johnson and Kansas State just would not be denied. What a comeback. Dylan Edwards, a heck of a 4th quarter. Gunnar Stockton and the Georgia Bulldogs offense just could not make plays. 2 second-half interceptions from Gunnar Stockton, and Avery Johnson and Kansas State will have a chance at the national championship. Gunnar Stockton was playing so well. A 24-7 4th quarter. I still, now I can just speak a little candidly. I don't know what happened. Like, this was the 2nd time in this game. This also happened against Mississippi State. Maybe I'll go back and watch it, but like I know that I lobbed this like to the outside, and Stockton just throws it. I mean that should be a touchdown. There's no safety. That's a touchdown with less than 2 minutes left. That's a touchdown. And he throws it, instead of throwing it to the 50 or something and letting Dylan Bell just run underneath it and catch it, he throws it like right where he's standing and he gets picked off. The other interception is completely my fault. That interception is on whatever game mechanic, Gunnar Stockton's accuracy, whatever. Stockton 24-35, 288, 2 touchdowns, 2 second half interceptions. Felt like we ran the ball decently with ETN, was not really great with everybody else. Tobias did find the end zone. Could not get Anthony Evans going, but it was a big game for both London Humphreys and Oscar Delp, who found the end zone twice. You hate that his senior year ends that way. Same for ETN and Dylan Bell. Gunner got hit a little bit to the pass, but I mean, he only gave up 1 sack. I mean, Jalen Walker, 4.5 sacks in his last game in Athens. Definitely disappointment there. Jordan Hall had a sack. I mean, a 7 tackle for loss. I mean, Jalen Walker was the best player on the field. Point blank, the period. For Kansas State, you had Avery Johnson, 25 of 29, 300. Oh, I just thought about it too. I missed that field goal off the upright. That we'd have had a tied game there at the end. All points matter. Avery Johnson, 25 of 29, 352 yards, had 4 incompletions and 4 touchdown passes. He was insane. Really good. Got a lot of pressure on him. But ended up with a rushing touchdown as well. They could not run the football on us. They could not. They ended up with exactly 0 yards rushing. And they won the game. Dylan Edwards was outstanding out of the backfield. 6 catches, 118 yards, 2 scores. Oakley 6 for 84 and a touchdown. His last touchdown was just an insane throw from Avery Johnson. Keegan Johnson 3 for 63 and a score for them defensively. Had the Clifton interception. And then Darrell Jones also had the interception there on the wacky pass from Gunner Stockton. Clifton and Payne each with 10 tackles. Purnell had a really good game, 3 tackles for loss and a sack. That one hurts. I mean, obviously, I'm trying to win every game. It's nice to have a little bit of adversity. You know, you don't want to win the national championship game every single year. In a game, we were up 3 scores to lose because of something I think was just wacky due to the Gunner Stockton interception. Don't like that as much. That's a rough one. And it may be because of his deep accuracy. It may be why he's had some of those like weird throws. I didn't have that at all with Beck, and I haven't had it with Ty Thompson in my Tulane series. Like I haven't seen that anywhere else. But yeah, Stockton, I mean, really good accuracies until you get that deep 71. I mean, if that doesn't improve, that makes me really nervous now. Like, you know, it's a quote-unquote bailout, but it's like a really big part of my offense. Like Anthony Evans is, you know, he's super fast. If people press him, I want to be able to take shots deep if they put him in one-on-one coverage. Like that's part of it, you know. That's a major hole in his game. And I don't know with his like cap situation. I mean, whatever he develops, he can definitely, you know, improve on that. I hope. I'd like to see that get closer to like the upper 70s. I don't know how that's going to work out. Really disappointing loss. I mean, it's a good Kansas State team. The way they play offense and stuff is always like really challenging for whatever reason. They're good. You know, I've played them now in this one and the Tulane series and lost to them in good games in both of them. Kudos to them. They made the plays. We did not. There at the end especially. Defense played really well in the third quarter. Obviously, Dylan Edwards getting matched up against linebackers on 2 passes that went for touchdowns kind of definitely hurts. And then the 2 interceptions allowed the comeback. I missed a field goal as well, and they did not. So credit to them. Big victory for them. Get a chance to win I believe their first ever national title. And that's a really disappointing finish for us. Jalen Walker, obviously SEC Defensive Player of the Week, definitely going to be National Defensive Player of the Week. I mean, just an insane game from him. Oscar Delp, the SEC Offensive Player of the Week, he was excellent. He definitely got to have his best game there at the very end. Let's take a look here. At Ohio State, beat USC also by 3. So 2 really, really good games between what I thought were the 4 best teams heading into the playoffs all year. I think that was, I think this is, obviously I think we should be in there, but, the 4 best teams got in there and they were both really good games. We'll go on ahead and advance. That way the next episode I can do will just be the off season. So we will advance. Let's see who wins our national championship game. It unfortunately will not be Georgia. Pro potential goes down for some reason. Okay. So we are now to the end of the regular season. I'll do the majority of the recap at the beginning of the next episode. Let's see who won the national championship, though. It is Ohio State winning their first national title since the 2014 season, I believe it is. Get a 34-28 win over Kansas State. Julian Sayin won the Heisman as a redshirt freshman and won the national championship. What did he end up with? Some astronomical amount of touchdown passes. Let's take a look, and then we'll take a look just at that box score. He was sensational, though. 56 touchdowns this season, en route to winning the Heisman and the national championship. Ended up with 61 total touchdowns as a redshirt freshman. So definitely living up to the hype that he came out of out of high school with. Jeremiah Smith was their leading receiver. 4 guys in double digits in touchdowns is insane. But we'll take a look at the box score there. Yeah, it looked like it was a really good game throughout, but the third quarter, Ohio State was able to give themselves a little bit of distance. Saying 3 touchdowns, did throw a pick, 300 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns from Peebles, 2 touchdowns from Jeremiah Smith, 1 for Brandon Ennis. And on the Kansas State side, you had a 3-touchdown game from Avery Johnson. He looked like he was pretty much perfect again through 5 incompletions. They did not run the ball overly well again, though, which probably hurt them. Ohio State was just lethal on third downs, 8 for 11. Even the 8 for 15 for Kansas State's real good, but it's not 8 for 11. Congratulations to Ohio State. We will go over our stats. We ended up finishing at number 4, and I'll redo these stats on the next episode as we get ready for the offseason. But Stockton, outside of whatever's going on at times with his deep ball, was really good. Most of his interceptions are definitely my fault. I'll take the blame for the majority of them, but some of them were some weird stuff like that last interception there. Over 4,000 yards was really accurate. 38 touchdowns. Definitely had a couple of really big games there towards the end of the season. ETN senior does get over the 1,000-yard mark, 8 touchdowns. Just a really, really nice career for us for these 2 years. Tobias going to probably be the lead back next year. Roderick Robinson was good. Branson never found the end zone, surprisingly, this year. And Easy just had a couple of carries throughout. Anthony Evans, I think, will be back. Obviously, a huge season, nearly 1,400 yards, 16 touchdowns. Really making his mark. London Humphreys should be back next year to operate. Probably out of the slot. Be interested to kind of see how I go about things because we're going to have a new tight end. Delp had the monster tight end of the year, record breaker season as a junior. Things kind of fell way back down to earth for him, but still had a really good season. Dylan Bell's a senior. Was always really clutch, great on third downs. He'll be missed. ETN was a monster out of the backfield. Nitro Tuggle would definitely factor in. I would guess. We'll see how off-season stuff kind of goes. Sack-wise, didn't give up a whole lot of sacks. Kelton Smith definitely gave up the most there at right guard. Defensively, nobody over the century mark on tackles this year. Raylan Wilson led the way. Aguero, Bowles, and Bolden behind him. We will take a gander down. can pause it if you want to see somebody in particular. Jordan Hall, excellent. Christian Miller, outstanding. Should have both of them back, I would think. Jalen Walker is gone, a 32 tackle for loss, 16 sack season. I think may also have just broken a single season Georgia record. Damon Wilson, huge season. He should be back. Jamal Jarrett will definitely be back. Let's see. Interceptions. Obviously, Dalen Everett did not get one in that game, but 16 on the season. 8 for Ellis Robinson. 4 for Bowles. 3 for Wilson and Aguero. 2 for KJ, and then 1 for Julian Humphrey. Julian may leave. That might be somebody that we're missing there. Oh, I know we're going to be without Thorson. He's definitely gone. Don't really ever hear about, like, kickers going. So we should have Woodring back, who was – I definitely felt better kicking it. I did miss one there in the finale, but was definitely a little bit better with him this year. I was perfect on extra points this year. Thorson will be gone. Not that we punt the ball a whole lot, but definitely will be missed. He's been a big kickoff guy for us. Let's take a look at the record books. Let's just do season for Georgia. I kind of wish that they would do like the old NCAA game would, where it would be like right there at the top if you want to just look at your team. So Anthony Evans broke the receiving yardage single season record and broke the touchdown catch single season record. Dalen Everett broke the interception single season record, and Jalen Walker, with that gigantic performance in his last game, sets the single season sack record. Let's just see from a career perspective if Anthony Evans would be the only one I would think. Walker had a really big last year too. Obviously doesn't count their stats in real life. So yeah, Dalen Everett. Nobody else, at least as of right now, on that. But Anthony Evans almost for sure is going to make his mark on the career record book, assuming he comes back. But obviously, it was a disappointing loss. I don't like the way. I don't mind losing. I don't like it, but I don't mind losing. I think it's great for storylines. It's good for the series. I just don't like when it's I'm tapping the button and he just throws, Gunner just misses a pass by 35 yards. It doesn't make any sense to me. He got away with one earlier in the game as well. His deep accuracy is definitely a problem, so I may have to adjust the way that I play with him. But we'll take it as we'll headcanon it that he got hit on the arm as he was releasing the pass or something. But yeah, 13-2, obviously a really good season. We've lost 3 games in the series, won a national title. Unfortunately, did not win this one. I would have loved to have played Ohio State again, especially with the success they've had with Julian Sayin, but unfortunately, we did not get a chance to do that. So if you enjoyed the content, we'll jump into the off season. I'll kind of redo, I'll go over all of the seniors and stuff. In particular, I'll make that like a whole part of it in the next episode, and we'll do the entire off season in the next episode. Probably do preseason recruiting this time, so it'll be a little bit of a longer episode. But I definitely am kind of working through some things, and we'll see what we can kind of come up with. See if there's something in the transfer portal. Finish out our recruiting, and then see what the off season holds from us from a progression standpoint. But if you enjoy the content, like and subscribe. Check out my Tulane Dynasty that's on the channel, and check out the Atlanta Hawks NBA 2K25 franchise that I have going. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and until next time.